Local Women Magazine presents Local Women Podcast, the show for things that matter.
Hi and welcome to Local Women Health Podcast. I'm Emma Heaney and today I'm joined with Tina from New Beginnings in Strabane. This is a midwife-led specialist ultrasound scanning clinic, and today we're going to talk all things early scanning, bonding scanning and gender reveal and so much more. So without further ado, let's talk to Tina. So Tina, how long have you been open with New Beginnings?
So about 3 years now we've been opened in the private sector. I've worked in the hospital for about 20 years as a midwife specialist, looking after mums and babies. So.
Lovely. So just tell us about your business. Now, I know what New Beginnings is, but just let the listeners know what is actually New Beginnings and the services you offer.
So at New Beginnings, it's a more personalised, kind of family-orientated approach to ultrasound. We offer midwifery advice, specialist advice, and we also offer diagnostic ultrasound. And we are actually the first unit in, I think, Ireland and Northern Ireland to offer this both joint
services.
Yeah.
And you, your background is midwifery. So how long, where did you train, and tell us a bit about your
So
career.
I actually trained as a nurse initially, so I'm a general nurse. I went back then, I worked in maternity unit, and I just knew that was for me. I've just seen babies being born and new life coming into the world. I just loved it. I loved the whole nature kind of, that it's pregnancy is a natural life event, and so I wanted to train as a midwife as quick as I could. So I went up to Dublin and trained as a midwife. Then I've been working as a midwife since, and for the last 10 years then I decided to train in ultrasound. So I did a Master of Science up in UCD to train in obstetric and gynecology ultrasound. Worked in fetal medicine diagnostics for the last 10 years. Got a bit overwhelmed and stressed within the hospital sector. I just felt I wasn't fulfilling my role. You know, just I wanted to give women more time. I wanted to give them something more. So just felt it was the right thing to do.
So that was the birth of New Beginnings then?
Birth of New Beginnings.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So I have a background in midwifery as well. I trained as a midwife in 2000. So it was something I was very passionate about and loved. I can share that experience with you. I have read all about your business, and it's a fantastic service. You've got early scanning.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell a little bit about what the early scanning services you offer, and isn't it pregnancy viability scannings as well? Is that right?
Yeah, we do from 6 weeks now. Actually, we do early scans. I think in particular, you know, for couples that may have experienced pregnancy loss or have had fertility issues, there's just that added, you know, anxiety around ultrasounds. They just need more reassurance, and you know, just for anybody who's pregnant, it's not always like exciting. It is a lovely journey in life, but it can be a difficult time. So it's nice to be able to offer that reassurance from a very early stage. So yeah, from 6 weeks onwards, right through. Yeah.
And so that would be your early viability and your early scanning service.
Yeah.
And also, do they just go on the website and book? Is that the way it works?
Yeah, we offer kind of flexible appointments just because we're in the private sector, and also we try and work around our clients as much as we can, you know, with partners working away maybe or things like that. We do weekends and we do evenings, and we're quite accommodating. If a lady maybe needs a scan on a certain day, particularly if it's fertility related, we will accommodate that as well.
I did read on your website that you do like fertility and pregnancy services.
Yeah.
So what is your fertility services? What does that entail?
Because just with the real increase in fertility issues, like 1 in 6 couples now are experiencing it. It's a very raw and real problem within our society. The services are very limited within our local area. People are having to travel like hours to get scans, and it's not ideal. So I just really wanted to be able to offer them something local that was going to help them, you know, on their journey. It's a very difficult emotional roller coaster. So we offer fertility surveillance scans, including follicle tracking, endometrial lining measurements, and we do actually baseline for somebody that is maybe trying to conceive and just wants to kind of have, you know where they are and know where they are from a fertility perspective on ultrasound.
Lovely. So are they referred via GP or are they also self-referral?
Our clinic is self-referral, private clinic. we have had recommendations from GPs that, because I am a midwife in both jurisdictions as well, we both get a lot of couples from Donegal and Northern Ireland to our service, and Sligo even as well.
Oh, that's very good.
Recommendations
Right.
from the GPs.
And so is that like a regular occurrence? So you're going to build up a lovely relationship with the patients then as well?
Yeah, I feel it's more personalised. You have a bit more time to spend with people as well. You're not really rushing them, and it's just our environment. It's not as clinical as the hospital, so it's a bit more relaxed, and people comment on how comfortable they feel when they're in with us, and that's what you want, really, just people to feel at ease.
And I loved the bonding scan. Yeah. So would you like to tell the listeners what bonding scan service is?
So bonding scan, again, is just for couples that maybe, they just want to have a wee look at baby. They want to just, make sure everything's okay. A lot of the scan time that we do is actually checking the baby, because we're a diagnostic unit. We want to make sure the baby's growing well. We want to check the fluid. We talk parents all through this, and then you have the added nice bit of extra time just to bond with baby and see their face and have that emotional connection, which I think helps.
And can they hear the heartbeat as well at that time?
Yeah.
Lovely. You also talk about gender reveal. This is a big thing now. I mean, everything on social media, it's like these different gender reveals, these balloons getting burst.
So popular,
Yeah. Now, in my day, obviously, it was a 2D scan, so nobody ever said they were 100% sure. And I have delivered babies that people were not really expecting. So, how effective is this? I mean, how are you 100% sure, or
we never say 100%?
Okay.
I think we're all only human, but it's just technology is advancing, and if you're experienced in there, you're doing it for a long time. Obviously there's the odd baby you have to take back and double check, because the babies aren't always obliging. But
no, there's always sometimes shy.
Always,
I had a little boy
sometimes
that was very shy.
So you have that side of it too. But yeah, we offer from 15 weeks.
Oh, right, so early.
Yeah, so quite early.
So from 15 weeks on, they can actually book in for a gender reveal. Yeah. So say, for instance, they don't want to know the sex of the baby themselves, but they want to do a gender reveal, and it's going to be a surprise for them. Do you offer that service as well? Or can other people come, or what way does it work?
We have loads of packages.
Right.
And, we do lights in the room as well, which is nice, especially for the little siblings. They can see the colour, and it just gets them used to the idea that the baby is,
Oh, so what's lights in the room?
Sister. So it's like little LED lights. We can put them on whenever I do the gender. I get them to look away and then pop the lights on, so they find out through that.
Oh, lovely!
Nice, and it can be a family experience as well too. So we have plenty of room and seats, and
so other people can come to the scan.
They can.
Okay.
We allow up to 6 guests.
Lovely.
Yeah. For those type of scans, obviously for the early scans are a bit more sensitive, so it's usually just a partner or someone, a support person there.
And how popular is the gender reveal scans with you?
I think very popular since COVID, because I suppose people were kept in for so long, and they just want to really share those family moments now, I think. And it is, I think social media too has an impact. And, you see all these gender reveal things with balloons and different ideas. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice to create memories with people.
I mean, when I've got 3 boys, and I've also had 3 miscarriages as well, so I can understand the whole scanning process and how important it is, and how from going from a scan to be so excited to be really frightened, because that's when you're going for a scan, you're looking for faults, So I think your service is amazing, for mothers out there. From a gender reveal point of view, and like baby showers now, it's a whole different level from when I was pregnant.
I know.
It's like, although I'm quite happy not to be pregnant again, but yeah, it's a totally different. But I must admit, I do love the gender reveals and everything.
Yeah, there's some really funny ones
Isn't there?
too. So there is.
Yeah, it's
a bit of fun, and as I say, it's mostly checking the baby. It's a really good time to have a wee look over the baby. That there's that gap between 12 weeks to the anatomy scan. So I always explain what I can check at that point. If there is any issues, that they're fully aware that everything will be explained and that. So it's not just the gender for me. It's checking the baby and making sure things are progressing as they should be.
And I mean, I know we look at it from the excitement point of view, but again, you're looking at it from a progression point of view, making sure the baby's doing what it should be doing and at what stage.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose we know about 2D scans, and we hear 3D and we hear 4D. I know, I mean, we know from a medical point of view, there is no risks with ultrasound. I mean, it's been used for years. The World Health Organization said that there's no detriment to both the mother or the baby or the fetus, as we would call. What about the 3D and the 4D scans? What's really that's a bit more advanced for me.
Yeah.
So are they safe?
A lot of people do ask this question because it is such a vivid image of the baby. They think, it's that there's more, I suppose, risk to the baby, but it's actually the same as 2D imaging. It's just you're creating a different picture through the sound. So there's no extra risk. A lot of the time you are doing the image post scanning, so you're not spending as much time scanning the lady as well.
Right.
Which is good. It's been well recognised as being safe, but obviously you have to be well trained and equipped to know the thresholds and indices that we use in pregnancy need to be kept at certain levels. The time frames need to be kept at certain times. The British Medical Ultrasound have strict guidelines for ultrasound in pregnancy, so we follow them at all times as well.
Right. So for early scanning, anything from 6 weeks.
Yeah.
For the bonding scan, 14?
14 weeks plus.
Okay.
Up to the end of, term really, so they can come in for a last little check-in, just to make sure everything's going good.
Okay. And so the gender, and for gender reveal?
The gender, I can book most ladies in from 15 weeks onwards.
Okay.
Some people are really keen.
Too early. And the different pregnancy packages that you offer for the listeners, would you let them know what packages you offer?
Yeah, so we do a fun gender one as well. We actually do balloons and cannons and teddy bears that are coloured and stuff like that. Just nice little add-ons that they want to take home and do a thing with family. We can keep it a surprise as well and keep everything hidden for them. We also do a pregnancy package, which suits a lot of our ladies, because we would have ladies coming for the early scan, then they might have the gender, and then they might have the 3D. So it comprises all of those scans, and then there's a discount added on that too, just to for all the returning customers.
So for the listeners, the 2D is like the black and white image that we see.
Your standard.
Yeah, and then the 3D, is that the image that you see with the face?
Yeah, that's like a still image of the baby, but
right.
And then the 4D is a movement of the baby in the 3D.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, lovely. And then the sound, is that included with all of them, or is it only?
We don't actually. A lot of customers ask for the sound in the first trimester, but again, it all goes back to safety and indices and what we were trained in. We don't usually put the pulse wave sound on in the first trimester. It isn't recommended just because the baby is small and it's it's a higher intensity mode. So we can use that from about 14, 15 weeks onwards. Just to have a little listening.
Lovely. So how's the business going?
Business is going good,
Yeah. I mean, I've heard some fantastic reviews. So that's why I actually reached out to you, because I thought your service was amazing and so local. But for you, I'm sure it's exceptionally rewarding.
So rewarding, just having that bit more time, just feeling, that you are making a positive difference in people's lives. Even when they're going through tough times, you can be there as a support outside of it as well, and always message my customers and keep in touch. And it's nice to see when the babies are delivered. They send me in pictures, and it's just I just love what I do.
You can tell. You can absolutely tell. And any sort of, so if the listeners are wanting to find out more about New Beginnings, let them know how they can get in touch with you.
So we have a website, newbeginningscan.com, and you can book on the website direct. Message and email are the other ways you can get in touch. If you can't find an appointment on the booking system, you can message or email one of the team and we'll get back and get you something that suits. And Instagram and Facebook as well. New Beginnings Instagram.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I would love to thank Tina for coming on today. I mean, I found it really interesting myself. I wish this service had been about when I was having my babies. I definitely do. But if you want to get in touch with Tina, all you have to do is either check her out on Instagram, New Beginnings, Facebook, or check out her website as well.
Local Women Magazine presents Local Women Podcast, the show for things that matter.